Hey, it's Coffee Talk with Karen. Leave me the fuck alone.
Do you know who I am? I'm Karen Stacy. I have my own talk show. You can come to my talk show anytime. We have Coffee Talk with Karen every weekday at 11 a.m. And we have Real Talk with Karen Stacy every Tuesday at 8 p.m. It's not your mama's talk show. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. And let's have some fun, baby. You can find us on all social media platforms. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Periscope, and on MiamiMikeRadio.com. Testing. Is this mic working? You better believe it is. I'll see you guys soon.
Honey, what time is it?
It's Coffee Talk with Karen. Leave me the fuck alone. Hi. It's Coffee Talk with Karen. Do you know who I am? I'm Karen Stacy. I have a talk show. Hi, it's Coffee Talk with Karen. Now leave me the fuck alone.
Good morning. Happy Monday, you guys. What's going on? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Yes, as you can tell, I am not in the studio today because it is hotter than a mofo outside. So I am in my air conditioning since, of course, I broke the air conditioner in my studio area. I mean, I didn't, but I don't even know what's going on with that. But it's finicky. It must be a female air conditioner. So here I am, me and let me see. You can't see her. Okay, you just saw my. Come here. Come say hello to everybody. Come on. Say hi. Say hi, Bella. Say good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yes. My Bella is not herself. I think she misses her Noe like I do. They say hi, Bella. Look at my beautiful girl. Yes. Shameless props here to get more people to watch having my puppy. All right. You can't step on here though, Mama. You can't do that because then you're going to disconnect it. Okay, so sit over here with Mommy. Good morning, you guys. Happy Monday. We got the baby girl here with Mommy. This is not a good angle at all, is it? Okay, well, that's okay. There we go. Good morning. Happy Monday, you guys. For those of you that are in New York, I hope you are staying cool. Major prayers going out to Florida. Crazy shit, man. I tell you guys all the time, tomorrow isn't promised. Don't be an asshole today. You put your head down at night and you think you're going to wake up the next morning. It's freaking nuts. Many prayers. Many prayers. So good morning. Thank you for tuning in to Coffee Talk with Karen. We are live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We are live on the Karen Stacy page on Facebook. We are live on the Real Talk Coffee Talk group. We are live on YouTube and on Twitch, Real Talk Karen Stacy. And don't forget that I always record. So if you miss a show, you can catch up on any major podcast by typing in Real Talk Karen Stacy, and you can hear the audio version of the shows. And there's probably, I don't even know how many hundreds of shows on there too. So if for any reason you're missing me and I'm not on for, some reason because it's summertime, you can always tune in there as well. So let me say good morning to you guys that are here. For anybody that is joining us new, please check in, say good morning. Oops, that would have been funny if I just made the whole laptop full, right? Well, not really, but say good morning and check in. Today is Monday. So you know what we typically do on Monday, especially I wasn't on Friday, right? So what we typically do on Monday is we do a little recap of your weekend, my weekend. It's funny how there's always crap that goes on, right? I always got a story for you guys. Good morning, Gina. How are you? Good morning, Michelle. Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl Lee. How are you, baby? We've missed you. Happy Monday indeed. Hi, Sarah. Good morning. Helene, good morning. I hope you had a happy birthday. Michael Stamos in the building. Good morning. Happy Monday, y'all. Happy Monday. Emily, my girl. Happy Monday. Helene, Karen, much love to you and the new gotta hop off, miss ya, gotta cut walking in. Okay. All right, baby. Thank you. Yes, my Bella. Hi, Mark. Mark Birch. Looking beautiful. Geez, thanks. I don't know how I feel about that one, but thank you. I appreciate that. Rita P. in the place to be. Yes, Cheryl. Prayers, no doubt. Gina, unfortunately, a lady from Staten Island passed in that disaster. Her 15-year-old son was saved. Poor kid. I'm praying for them. Oh my goodness. I saw something like that the 15-year-old was saved. Look at me. I got the dog's bone in my hands. And now we have a name to the face. I know, it's just crazy. It's there is no other thing. Like, I have to curse. Like, it's fucking nuts. Okay, sorry, but that's cursing necessary. Hi, Georgie. Good morning, sweetheart. Sylvia, how are you? I see you twitching, baby girl. Hi, Diane. Good morning. How are you? Ray Rivera, how are you? All right. Anybody else here? Yeah. Can you guys tag in? I guess Carmela's not on. I don't see Alyssa on. I have no moderators on right now. I think Eunice, who's like my extended moderator, is on vacation. So I need your help to share out the video for me because I can't do it. So what's up, guys? Happy Monday. What did you do? I haven't seen you guys since Thirsty Thursday. And you know what? It was really slow that day too. It looks like, I mean, now maybe people are going to get into the summer, right? Because right now, I know like over the weekend, there were like 1 million graduations and graduation parties and all of that. So, a big congrats to all of the young peeps for graduating and making it through a hell of a motherfucking year. And it's just, I mean, honestly, you guys, I say it all the time. You really have to count your blessings. Tomorrow is not promised. You just have no idea what's going to happen. We tried to get through this whole lockdown thing and survive it. And then there's all this rampant crime. People are getting shot. People are getting everything all the time now. All you hear about is tragedy, 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 tragedy. And, look at these poor people that were sleeping. I mean, it's just so, I don't know, I mean, there were so many words to use, right, to describe it, but it's just so challenging. Life is not easy, and we get hit left and right with these things. So what do you do? I have, I've just learned recently, people close to me having some crazy health issues. Hadn't spoken to someone in a minute, and I kind of just let it go because, I told you guys, like, I don't do this whole whatever this is in life thing well. And, I'm like, you know what? People do their thing. People got this going on and that going on. And you come to your own conclusions in your head a lot of times, right? And the funny thing is the conclusions that you come to in your head could be so far from the truth. Come on, mommy. And it's like, you think one thing and then a totally other thing could be going on, right? So sometimes like we get in our feelings, right? And we're like, I haven't heard from this one, I haven't heard from that one. and you figure, well, whatever, like the phone goes both ways, right? We always talk about this. And then when you don't hear from people, there she goes, making a cameo. Then when you don't hear from people, right, you think, well, you know what, they could call me or whatever. So now I'm over here thinking that this person is living the life of Riley and got no time for Miss Karen. And then when I speak to them, I find out that they got like some strain of COVID that was like from Germany or something. And they were in the hospital for 21 days. And for the first 2 weeks that they were in the hospital, they were told that they didn't know if they were going to make it. And the damage that was done to their lungs will take 6 months to a year to recuperate. Their lungs were crystallized. That was the way it was explained to me. Their lungs were crystallized. And it will take 6 months to a year for them to build back their lungs. So, like, how crazy is that, right? Then I have another person that is very near and dear to me, and they're having high blood pressure issues. So high that their doctor doesn't know how they didn't stroke. And they can't figure out why. So they put them on medication, then it works for a minute, then it doesn't. Now it's this, now it's that. Every blood test imaginable, every this, every that. And no one knows what the frig is wrong with this person. And they like look and feel the healthiest they ever did. Yet their body is seeing something differently medically. So this is why, like, so how, like, and you know what? It's all about the attitude in life, right? My friend that I was saying that got COVID, they are usually like the biggest clown. I haven't spoken to them. And when I spoke on the phone to them last week, I'm like, what the hell is the matter with you? Why are you talking like that? And they were like, you got to give me a minute. And I'm like, okay. And then they proceed to tell me, and it's like, I get out of breath. I can't really talk. Sometimes I got to take a pause. So we're talking and we usually laugh and joke around a lot. And they're like, you can't, like, you got to wait a minute. Can't make me laugh now. Like, because like, they can't breathe. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And now, like me, you don't tell me this stuff because now I'm stalking them. And now I'm like texting every 5 minutes and calling every 5 minutes. And I'm like, why the hell didn't you tell me what was going on? And then I'm like, well, I guess texting me from like the hospital bed saying, well, I don't know, I may die. I just figured I'd let you know, was probably not like the text, right? So you get why you might not have heard anything. But this is the crazy thing about life. You know, I was talking about it the other day. I mean, I had meatballs and pizza in my hand, and my husband was on the ground fighting for his life. Like this, 1 second, boom, your whole life changes. So I'm still trying to learn how to do it right, but we need to learn how to try to live our life to the best of our abilities and make a freaking difference. You got to make a difference because we don't know when our number is up. You know, I was saying it even with like 9/11, right? So look at these people who might have gone out that night, like this thing that happened in Miami. Who knows? Maybe somebody went out, right? And they weren't home when everything came crashing down around them. Who might have been on vacation or whatever, who was out for a run, because I think it was like 5 o'clock in the morning or whatever. So, you know, my father always says, like, I believe that your cards are written, are handed, whatever. And my father always says that he doesn't believe that, right? So now I believe that our destiny is our destiny. Can we tweak it a little bit? Can we try to escape it? I think so. But if your number is up, your number is up. And sometimes you can escape it. I said that with my husband. Like the hand of God kept coming down to get him. And one way or another, he never, he avoided it. He was coming for him. So You can try to live your best life so that you are not killing yourself, right? But you got to live your life because those cards are dealt. So everybody says to me, well, if you're on an airplane and there are, 200 people on the airplane and it's the pilot's time, but it isn't your time, then what? Then you ain't going to be on that plane. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So it's just fucking nuts that life is so here's the beautiful thing about life. It's so unpredictable. And the part about life that is so challenging is it's so unpredictable. So, tell the people that you love them. Take 5 minutes to call them or text them. You know what? Go out of your way a little bit to make sure you see them and speak to them. Because I think about those things. And like one of, the people that I was just speaking about that is having some health issues and they really don't know what the determining factor is. They are so, so important in my world. And you want people to know how important they are because guess what? You may not have the opportunity to tell them this because you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, you think about it, anything can happen, especially if people travel for business and stuff. When you have any type of like issues, health issues, you don't know what going up in that plane could do to you. Right? So all these things can go through your head. And I am one to, I really am. I worry about people. I care about people. And it's very hard for me because we have no control. And anybody that thinks you do, you're fucking wrong. We have no control. So you do your best to try to get on top of things and control them. But how many times, my grandmother had gone to the doctor and gotten a clean bill of health and she died 2 days later. So what does it mean? There was nothing wrong with her. She died 2 days later. Peacefully in her sleep, thank God. But you know what I'm trying to say? So we don't freaking know. All right. Sorry, I went on a tangent. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to CAWFEE Talk with Karen. We are live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We are live on the Real Talk CAWFEE Talk group. We are live on the Karen Stacy page. We are live on YouTube and on Twitch, Real Talk Karen Stacy. Sharing is caring, so please do me a favor, share out the video, tag your friends, join us. Let's have a little coffee. Let's talk about the weekend, what you did, and I'll sit here. Again, my nose is itching. I will sit here and remind you guys how precious life is. So Gina said, I had a sweet 16 on Friday, danced the night away. Saturday was, of course, filled driving kids around, was too hot to do much of anything. Diane, who's your daddy was at the Tiki Bar this weekend? Yeah, I know it is. I'm sorry that I missed that. Saturday night, I spent like loving up my kid because he left Sunday morning. I'm having a very hard time, to be honest with you, but he is so happy. So I'm happy, but I miss my boy like you have no idea. Josephine, it's a hot one. Indeed, my love. It is a hot one. Make sure that you guys stay properly hydrated, please. Georgie, people over here in Europe are shocked and deeply saddened by the tragedy. My heart goes out to families of all of those who have been affected. I know there are no words, right? I mean, honestly, Georgie. Bob, good morning. I believe our hand is dealt ahead of time. You can say it's fate. I hear you, Emily. Absolutely. If you have the energy to get up and do something worthwhile. Agreed. Hi, Vanessa. Good morning. Emily, and make it a habit to make I love you the last words you say to people. Emily, it's funny because, I was always the type, I do that. My brother was very, very affectionate, and he was like we didn't say I love you as much. And I definitely, that's one of the things I learned from him. And that's what I miss, like, honestly, the most. My husband told me he loved me. Oh my God. Had to be probably 20 times a day. I have voicemails from him, and it would be, like, hey, hon, I just called to tell you that I love you. I'm getting ready to leave work. I'll see you in a little bit. I love you. Bye. Like, I get texts throughout the day, just want to tell you that I love you and whatever. There are so many people in life that don't show that or give that, right? So now I'm the type of person that I'm not going to tell you that I love you if I don't, right? Now I know that sounds fucked up to say, but what I mean is that now I say to you guys, I love you when I leave, right? And I really do. I do love each and every one of you. Love is different though, right? I love my husband in a way that I don't love you guys. I mean, no offense, but you know what I mean? So, love is different. And I learned that along the way. So it's hard for me sometimes because I do say I love you and I feel like I'm not that I'm wrong. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, some people don't take that the right way. Like, because you got to play games with people, especially in this whole dating bullshit. I mean, not that I'm going to tell somebody that I love them when I'm like, I'm not, but you know what I'm trying to say? Like, being in love and loving somebody is two completely different things. But, I love you and me and my son, I could show you every text message I have with my son. And it's always, and he'll even say it first. I love you, Mom. And I'm like, no, I love you. And he's like, I love you more. And we go back and forth. It's so important to be loved. So freaking start loving people up, damn it. I mean, one of the boys came back to our pool that I haven't seen in 2 years because they weren't there last year. And I seen him. I said, get over here and let me love you up a little bit. Like, I got to hug you and I got to like see you. He got so big. And I'm just like, oh my God, but we got to love more and hate less. If you hate the people you're around, change your freaking surroundings. You know what I'm saying? That's why you'll see me in the corner. I'm good in the corner. Baby puts baby in the corner. What happened to Bella? I want to eat her up. I know. I don't know. I don't know where she went. She left me. People should stop with the pettiness. Life is too short. Tomorrow isn't promised. Yes, Sylvia. That's why I always say tomorrow isn't promised. Don't be an asshole today. Okay. You're freaking me out. I'm flying to North Carolina next week for my bestie's daughter's wedding. It's all in God's hands. Gina, don't freak out. That I don't believe that. I'm saying don't freak out about that. The pilot got nothing to do with you. He just got to fly the plane properly. Good morning, Billy. How are you? We definitely don't use that word enough, Billy said. Yeah, I mean, I think so. That's just my own personal opinion. I have to say that my soul is a little more filled than usual, which is odd, right? Because I don't have my kid, but I've been around, a lot of good people lately and people that are my people. And I forgot what it's like to be around my people, if that makes sense. And I feel more complete, if that makes sense. I mean, I'm incomplete because my child isn't with me, but I'm still complete because he's always with me. He's just not physically with me right now. And he is having so much fun. I'm probably going to, freak out. I've been freaking out a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I know most parents can't wait to get rid of their children. And I get that, but I'm not that parent. But he's so happy. And I know he's happy because, like when your kids aren't like texting you or whatever, and they're not up your ass, wanting to call you, wanting to talk to you. So like by tomorrow, I know I'll get like the phone call will be more rampant. But last night he called me and it was like an obligation. I could tell just by the way he was talking to me. He sounded like so free and happy. He had no desire to talk to me whatsoever, but he was doing it. And it was great. And I'm so, so happy. And again, he's with his people. What do I mean? So, story goes, my husband grew up with a female best friend, and I grew up with a lot of male best friends. But so at my wedding, one of my male best friends was sitting at the table as one of my husband's female best friends. They met, and now 3 kids later, and I think they're married 15 years. I got married in 2002. So they've been together since 2002. And so her son is a year older than my son, and her daughters are 2 years younger than my son. So that is like his surrogate family. So he is so happy right now because he's with his humans. And he is part of a family and he feels that love. And you know what? Never underestimate the power of love. Never underestimate the power of friendship. People can suck, but people can be so freaking amazing. They really can. And if you are blessed to have amazing people in your world, keep them close to you and let them know how special they are to you. Seriously. Because again, you know, I love, that's why I love you should be the last thing you ever say to somebody, because you never, well, you know, not, you know what I mean? Like in a conversation. So even the night that my husband died, he went to go play football with the boys. He came to me, he kissed me, and he said, I love you. I'll see you in a little bit. So now, most couples didn't do that, right? They would just be like, you know, going to play football and not even pay attention, right? But he came to me, he kissed me, he said he loved me. So those are the last words, technically, that we said to each other. So the good thing about dotting your I's and crossing your T's is that you have no regrets. So think about that when you interact with people that matter to you. Think about that. Think about showing love. And think about if that's the last time you see somebody, what's the last thing you want them to know? And sometimes, you know, it's not peculiar, but sometimes you can't really use the words with certain people because it doesn't, you know, resonate well, I guess, if you will, like because of their relationship, your relationship, whatever. But your actions should be indicative of the fact that you love them. Let me see who else is here. All right, you guys are very quiet today. I'm sorry. I guess I'm off on a tangent. Maybe you guys don't like the conversation. In Ireland and Britain, we use the word love a lot as a term of endearment. Well, there you go. And it is a term of endearment, right? It's endearing. 110%. Thank you, Georgie, for the time check. I appreciate that. You're the best. Yeah. I don't know where everybody is this morning. I guess a lot of people are kind of like, they're going to be on the move because we got, what day is today? Where's my phone? Today is the 28th. So the 4th, no, the 4th of July is next weekend, right? It's Sunday. Okay. So I don't know if people are away. I don't know what's going on. But right now on the news, they're telling you, like, you know, stay hydrated. It's hot as a mofo outside. So I'll tell you what. It's very weird not having to wait for my kid to get up. It's very weird for all of these, you know, things like right now. So like everybody's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I have no idea. And my girlfriend texted me this morning and said, I'm keeping him another day. Are you okay with that? And I'm like, no, but of course, if that's what, I know he's happy. So that's all that matters. So this is like, he's having a vacation. So I'm trying to make this a vacation for me too. But I don't know how that I'm doing it too well, because the funny thing is that, all the time, everybody's like, oh, you want to go here, you want to do this, you want to do that. And I'm like, oh, that sounds great. But I got to make sure my kid is good. And now, so I don't know who's out there. What goes on Monday nights? What goes on Tuesday nights? And now I got Wednesday night. What goes on Wednesday night? So I don't freaking know. But, it was weird yesterday when I got up and, I had to get him off in the morning, and I actually went back to sleep for a minute. And then I went and I went to go sit in my favorite spot, working on my tan and all of that. And I'm like, it's like, I felt different because I didn't have to have both eyes open because my son wasn't with me. Right. So it was interesting. And so I do feel differently, but it's not like I'm running to do 800 things, but there's something going on. Hook a sister up. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what's going on out there. Because I got the time now to go and do stuff, and I don't have to answer to nobody or ask permission to leave my house, which is amazing. Well, I love you too, Maria. Michael said, love can be infectious and pass from person to person. Acts of kindness done from the heart can turn stones to flowers. And yes, we should tell friends and loved ones more. We take for granted the moments we have with special people. Yeah, and like I said, Michael, sometimes it's not a peculiar situation, but it might not always be the right situation to say I love you. But it's something to start to learn how to do. Like I said, I told people that I loved them, like meaning my mother, my father, my brother, my husband, my child, I usually, my best friends, I'll do it, and I add to the list of people. But honestly, sometimes it's challenging to say. So you know what? For those of you that don't know how to say I love you, start doing it with your nearest and dearest. If you're not a person that says, that you love somebody, start practicing with, those people. Most people around me suck, Sylvia said. Still love them. They are a pain in the ass, but I always wish them well. Yeah, no, I hear you, Mama. But you know what? I see the good thing about being around your people is that you recognize who your people are, and then you recognize who your people aren't. And you should stay closer to those people that are your people, so it reinforces you. Unfortunately, you know what happens? So it's like, okay, let's use dating as an example. It's like dating. So you date like a selfish person, for instance. Okay, so this is male or female. You date a selfish person, and you all of a sudden date someone that is a selfless person. You're like floored by this, because you're like, they're thinking about me right now before them thinking about themselves. Wow. And you forget, because you're so used to dealing with these selfish people, that you forget what it feels like for somebody to think about you and your feelings. This is why it is so important, because you know what? You get used to it. If you if you know that you can only have one glass of water a day, you get used to sipping that water all day long, because you know you're not getting any more of it. But if you know that you have an entire water cooler, then you can drink till your heart's content, and you will be more hydrated and better off. But a lot of times you only have that glass of water, and you have to figure out how to make do with that glass of water. This is the sad part about life. Me, myself, I'm learning this every day. I'm learning it because I have had good people around me that care about me. We should really have good people around us that care about us. And we should care about ourselves more, because you are training others how to treat you by what you accept from others. You got your nails done? Nope, I did them myself. I did not, but thank you, Maria. It's a very pleasant 72 degrees here. Wow, good for you, Georgie. Gina, thank you for this today. Karen and Billy, I love you. We had a bad weekend. You made me realize a lot. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Gina. But I'm glad, sometimes we just need, it's little things. And if you pay attention, you get it. The thing is that sometimes we just don't pay attention. You must be in tune. So I'll give you an example. I was with someone Friday evening, right? And we were having a drink at the bar. And there were these two guys, and I saw them like outside or whatever. And then they came inside and they came next to me to order a drink. Now, harmless. They just came next to me, to get a drink. They weren't even that close. When they came next to me, I had this feeling. And all of a sudden, my boom, like something just went up in me. And I looked at my friend to see what their expression was. And I talked myself down from it. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what's up with these people, but they need to get away from me quickly, because I don't like that energy. So you have to trust your instincts. Sometimes, you have to rationalize your thoughts, right? But those feelings don't lie. And after they left, I said to my friend, I don't know what was up with that, because they were looking at somebody across the bar and said, that person is nuts. And they were watching them. And I said, yeah, but I just got this weird feeling when these two guys came next to us, and they were like, I got the same feeling. It went up, and I was watching what was going on there. And now these people did absolutely nothing wrong. But it was just, I got that feeling, and my friend got the same feeling. Learn how to trust your feelings, and then learn to be around people that you can share those feelings with. Because there are some people that I would go, oh my goodness, I can't explain to you what I just felt when that person came next to me. And they'll look at you like, why? And because it's just what I'm feeling. So, that's why I tell you, you have to be careful the people that you keep around you. And Gina, thank you for that. I don't know what I did, but thank you. You are awesome. What a great way to put it. Selfless and selfish. So true. Well, thank you, Michael, for saying that. Cheryl, yes, surround yourself with uplifting, positive people. Well, Cheryl, you are certainly one of those extraordinary humans. Okay, Michael, we take things for granted. You know what? Yes, we do take things for granted. And you know what? To a certain degree, it's okay, because we should be able to count on certain things, and we should be able to count on certain people. There's a difference between counting on somebody, and there's a difference on taking them for granted. Taking for granted is like one of my friends that comes and goes and, calls when it's convenient and always knows that I'll be there for them, right? That's taking someone for granted. Knowing that someone is there for you is different, right? So I know what I bring to the table, and I know what they bring to the table, right? So it's a you know, we should expect certain things because we should get certain things, right? But when we get those things, we shouldn't take those things for granted. Does that make sense? You should have them. You should expect them, but you should appreciate them. And so many of us don't appreciate. And I have been blessed to be around people that are selfless and not selfish, right? In my immediate moments. And I forgot what it feels like because this is the new regime. The new regime is me, 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 me. And it's nice to have been around people that it's us or it's me and you or you and me. You know what I'm saying? So don't forget that. Don't take things for granted. Don't take people for granted. You know, look, I get it. I was married and I always say this to people. In my opinion, marriage is the hardest thing you will ever do. And a good marriage is next to impossible. I'm raising a child alone. I've run a business. I've done a lot of things in my life that have been extremely, extremely challenging. And I will tell you that I had the best man ever. And I will tell you that marriage is the hardest thing you will ever do. So do not take the people that are in your life for granted, even the bad ones. Well, not the bad ones, but you know what I'm trying to say. Even those ones, because of a lesson, a reason, a season, right? So those people are put in our paths for us to say, hey, you know what? I deserve better than that. I shouldn't be treated that way. I am special. I do mean something. I do bring something to the table. And you know what? I still love those people. I wish them well and I will be there for them. But but thank you, God, for bringing me the right people in my life to remind me that I am good and I deserve good and I deserve better. So I say thank you to the fucked up people in my life. And I say thank you because you know what? The good people that come into your life, even if they're not there like on a daily basis, if you will, having the right people in your life will make you live a better life. So remember, you guys, you can go to sleep at night and the whole fucking, your surroundings can come down around you. What's the last thing that you want when that happens? You want to know that people know how you feel about them, and not for nothing, but that could be good and bad too. Because if I'm not feeling you, you know it. And if that's the last thing that, you know, if life is short, so if you know that you and me aren't good and you're okay with that, then you sleep with that if something happens. You know what I'm saying? Don't leave things open like that. You know, and that's just my personal the way I live life. You want to dot your I's and cross your T's with the people that you love always. Jimmy Blue Eyes here. Oh my, look at that. Hi, Jimmy. Now you're just Blue Eyes now. Jimmy was so awesome. He's part of my summer family, and we had a beautiful cocktail yesterday. So thank you for sharing your company with me. Life is short. I agree. Keep on going. Abso-freaking-lutely. Richie Rich, look at that. My Richie is here. Good morning, peeps. Stopping by to say hi. All right. Well, I'm still waiting to hear from you, but all good. There is always a lesson to learn when you meet someone. Yes, I get that. Abso-freaking-lutely. A reason, a season, or a lesson. Hi, Amy. Good morning, baby girl. How are you? See, good people. And that's why maybe I don't have 80 million people watching my shows, but guess what? The people that do watch my shows, they're the people you want to know. Because I don't know if you haven't noticed, but I have no assholes on my shows. I have all good people that make the world a better place. And that's why I'm here. I want to make the world a better place. One person at a time. And you know who the one person at a time starts with? Me. You. So stop putting everybody else in front of yourself. Start taking care of you first. One of my friends that I was speaking with had said, that they needed to work on them. But what was funny is that I said, you know what? You are such a high magnitude of a human that it's so interesting that the person you want to work on first is yourself. So my feeling sometimes with that is that people get beaten down by life and they don't give themselves enough credit. And I know I'm probably one of those people as well. I think that keeps you humble, but there should be those few people in your life that are your cheerleaders, that when you're saying, well, this is just who I am or whatever, they're saying, well, you know what? You're pretty awesome. So if you have someone awesome in your life, tell them that they're awesome. Because I can assure you that the more you tell somebody that they can do it, the more you tell somebody that they're awesome, the more you tell somebody how much you enjoy their company, the more you tell somebody that you love them, the more of that person you will see. And don't get me wrong, it don't work with everybody, because I've tried that. I've tried to, even when people treat me less than, I try to treat them better, because they're only acting that way because they're not in that place, right? So I try to do that, and I try to, bring that to them. But you know what? It doesn't work with a lot of people because they are not self-aware and they're not receptive, because who are they? The victim. So I do try to do that. I try to share that with the people in my life. And a lot of times you can't, because they're not receptive to it. And while you are the victim, you will never be the victor. So I think we can't make that big of a difference within those people, to be quite honest with you. But I still try. Let me see. They say if you can't love yourself, how can you love anyone else? So the funny thing about that, Amy, is that I agree with that. But sometimes some of us don't know how to love ourselves because we have disappointed ourselves too many times. Maybe we put ourselves in the bad situation too many times. Maybe we made bad choices too many times. The first way to love yourself is to forgive yourself. That's hard to do, because you know what? I've had to forgive myself, because 9 times out of the 10, I say the wrong thing. It's actually the right thing, but it's not something that maybe I should have said, right? Because I keep it real. I was with a girlfriend yesterday. We were catching up, haven't seen each other in 30 years. And I was straight up, and she said a couple of things, and I go, you're kidding me, right? Like, and I went right, and she looked at me, and I looked at her. I'm like, are we good? Because like, I'm not, I'm sorry, but I'm never going to be okay with what you just said. Like, really? And we went back and forth, but it was like, she knew where I was coming from. I knew where she was coming from. So it was all good, but not everybody has that type of a relationship. So this is why I started my talk show in the first place. You know, when I started Real Talk, it was because I always address the pink elephant in the room. And you know what? A lot of people don't really like that. And then a lot of people do. And you know where a lot of people do? They listen in the background. They don't interact. They don't interject, but they listen. So there are a lot of people, it's funny. I meet a lot of people, and even though they're not necessarily vocal on my shows, when they catch me in person, if they catch me in person, I get the stories. Yesterday, I was talking to somebody else, and they go, you're a little bit of a rock star. I was like, I'm a little bit of a rock star. I ain't fucking nobody. He's like, no, you are. And you have a platform, And so it's interesting because, like I always say to you guys, you never know who you're going to affect. You never know who you're going to impact. And you never know who may need to hear something. So I always say, be a good human, because I'll give you another, for instance, right? Even, with, I see a lot of people. I know a lot of people. I knew a group of guys in particular from 20, 30 years ago. And they, are tight with somebody that I knew or whatever. And you know what? I knew that they couldn't say a bad word about me because I wasn't that girl. So it feels good to know who and what you are and what you bring to the table. And always remember that if you are not a good human, it will catch up to you. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't change your life. But my point is that, things catch up. So if you're an asshole, odds are people are going to know you're an asshole. If you're a liar, if you're a cheater, if you're, anything like that, it will come back because somebody will go, oh yeah, I know them. They worked for me, 20 years ago and they stole from me. Or, oh yeah, I know them and this and that. Or I know them. Oh, they cheat on their husband. They cheat on their wife. Oh, they do drugs. They do whatever it is, which again, it could have been a phase, but it will come back to haunt you. So why can't the good stuff come back to haunt us too? Why can't somebody turn around and be like, you know what? That was always a stand-up person. Be a stand-up person. Don't be those other things. We don't need those other things. All right, I'm going off on tangents here. I'm sorry. Sylvia said facts. Okay, Gina, thank you again, Karen. I was such a bitch to Billy. After hearing you, I now realize it was all me. When you hear it, really hits home. Well, you know what, Gina? First of all, I love you for saying that. And, it takes a big person to admit when you are wrong. And guess what? Sometimes we need to be a bitch. I thought about that the other day. Like, there are people in my life I'm too fucking nice to. But you know what? I'm not going to be a bitch just because you deserve it. I'm going to still be nice if I want to. I think I realized too that I take different hormones to level myself out. I think I need to cut back on one of them. I think it's making me too nice. Anyway, but you know what? Sometimes, Gina, we need that real talk. We need that real talk to ground us, to say, you know what? Okay, my bad. And let me tell you, it comes from all over. My father will do it to me. My son will do it to me. And I'm like, what? What'd they just say? But they were right. Sometimes, like I tell you all the time, check yourself before you wreck yourself. And a lot of times we need somebody to check us. But that being said, you have to listen. So, Gina, thank you for listening, because I can't check you if you don't check yourself. But I finally got him to regrout the bathroom. Well, sometimes being a bitch works. Angela, good morning, my girl. The full moon always seems to bring some chaos and confusion. Yeah, the full moon was Thursday. It was a strawberry moon. And to be honest with you, I've been, this has been a pretty great couple of days for me, past couple of days. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to probably struggle a little bit this week that I don't have my boy. but I know he's happy. Come in, my belly loonies. Come in, my boo-boo. Come. They wanted to see you. Come on. Come say hi to everybody. Let's say goodbye to everybody. Come on. Come on, mommy. Up, 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 up. Look, there she is. Hi, mama. You want to say hi to everybody? Yeah. So my Bella has been off too because she knows her Noah's not here. And I, was out a little bit. So she's very nervous right now because she thinks her mommy doesn't love her and she's not coming back. But mommy always comes back, right? So anyway, happy Monday, you guys. I'm going to be straight up with you. I don't know what my plans are this week. I am child free. And if I get a good offer, I'm jumping on it. So don't get nervous if you don't see me. I may be random this week as to when I'm doing my shows because, I'm actually like on vacation right now because I am child free, not puppy free, but child free. I wish everybody could see you in your ferret position right now. Come here. It's okay. Come on. Give me kisses. Yes. So don't get nervous, you guys. I will definitely post stuff and let you know whether I'm on, off, or whatever. So listen, spread some love in the world today, you guys. Stay hydrated. God bless. And remember, start saying I love you more. I love you. I love you. I love you. Say it. You will feel better at the end of the day. And the best thing is that you will make someone else feel better at the end of the day. So I love you guys. Happy Monday. And you know what? This week, I'll see you when I see you. Stay tuned and make sure. And hopefully, I will. I'll jump on. I promise. I love you guys. Have a great day.